Is it?
It looks like it's
But yeah, we
recording.
can,
It's green.
Is it green?
Yeah, and it looks like it's green and recording,
well, prior to FOIA, that's, they had to do discovery.
so I think it is.
They had to do subpoena.
Allegiance to the flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Mayor?
Bruce? Bella?
Here.
Morgan?
Present.
Here. Do we have a motion on the floor to approve board minutes dated 1/21/2025?
I make a motion to approve the minutes from January 21st, 2025 as presented.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the previous minutes from January 23rd. Made on Morgan,
Yes,
Green. Bella. King. Kevin. Worrell. Wheeler.
Public comments, on the agenda, we have Laura and John Veldhuizen who would like to speak.
And this is rather brief, actually. But, this is basically to the Grant Park Village Board, legal counsel, and chief. The reason Kankakee County Sheriff Internet posting alerted the public to the January 27th, 2025 arrest of Jamie F. Hawkins, date of birth 11/8/1979, charged with domestic battery, bodily harm, crime class part 1 violence crime, committed held at the Jerome Home Testing Center without law. People have the rights. I'm speaking all of the floor just what is going on. I don't know. While Danny was in custody, who was the mayor of Florida? Item number 2, whom was the village board notified of the arrest? And item number 3, was Danny's village cell phone used in any part of the arrest or the incarceration? That really is the question we have for the village for your conflict and for. That's all we have to say. I do have copies of what I just read, if anyone would like that.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else have a? Mr. Cassini, come on up, sir. State your name, please.
Eric City. Yeah. Sorry, for the walk day.
No problem.
Was, but I thought prepared a speech. Yeah, my name's Eric City. I served as a correctional officer for 8 years in my life. Prior to that, I was in the United States Air Force, which the first 4 battalions of that Air Force was in Eckerd first. I believe that lose your integrity in life. Very hard to come back. And with a law, you're innocent until proven guilty. However, the question for a resignation implies the acceptance of the notion that driving under the influence of the child in the vehicle is acceptable. You try to stop. Many of you all ever had children and had somebody that's trying to take your child to the level in the car? Would you try to stop them? I sure would. You might have to stop me one day. You know, it happens. You're gonna do something to protect your family. concerned about the integrity and the moral compass at times that I feel that this, moment, and furthermore, feel like accelerating and pushing for her resignation, you know, to assume an office burden. Questions everybody's motives. Some of which they were trying to become mayor.
Excuse me, we're not doing that. Any other comments out of order, you will be removed. Just like John got a chance to speak, he will get a chance to speak as long as everyone else. One more word, Tom, and you're gonna be removed.
I'd like to have my time to speak.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I feel like, if I may say, I'm gonna go back a little bit. I feel like this raises the concerns about the integrity of the moral compass. Furthermore, it says running for mayor unopposed. We're trying to accelerate your time to get up here early. And I'd like to say this, as a former correctional officer, I've met people that have made mistakes in life. And they paid for their mistakes, yeah. Not at once that have been unfairly accused of things. And at this point, I feel she hasn't had any process to go through and be officially found guilty of whatever she's been accused of. And if anybody here has ever been accused of a crime, I'm sure you all have been fairly treated. You wouldn't want to be hung just like that right on the gallows. You want to hear your voice? Let your voice be heard. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
If you'd like to speak, sir, you can have the floor.
Did anyone else sign up to speak tonight?
No.
So as everyone has made their comments, I would like to say that on January 27th, I was involved in a private family matter that did result in my sister and my arrest. This matter is an open investigation, and I am unable to answer questions or make any comments. For trustees who were not aware of, the meeting requested of me by Trustee Detloff on Thursday, January 30th at 4 p.m. Trustee Detloff informed me he feels I should step down as village president and also asked me not to volunteer at the upcoming cabin fever reliever. I did inform Trustee Detloff my personal matter has nothing to do with the rest of my term as village president, and I intend to continue as planned before my unfortunate personal matter did come into light. So that is enough, and that is all that's going to be said at this meeting on the matter. We're going to move forward. No one else has signed up to say anything. We are on to motion to approve bills for payment and payroll.
I move to approve bills for payment dated January 31st, 2025 from the corporate general fund in the amount of $7,366.85. Also dated January 31st from the Fest account, $2,025. I also move to approve payroll ending January 18th in the amount of $18,441.88.
The one that says BILGP cash, that was for the petty cash for.
Yeah, that was the banks for
okay.
CFR. So basically all that money's back, ready to be put back in the bank, probably tomorrow.
Thank you,
Okay.
ma'am.
Are there any other questions about any of the bills or anything? Okay. Bills are the salaries, yeah. Oh, good. Okay. Yes, we're done. We're good.
Motion to approve bill payment follow, dated January 31st out of general fund, $7,366.85. Out of the best account, $2,025 even. Payroll ending January 18th, the amount of $18,441.88. Motion is made by Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
seconded by Ms. Bruning.
Yes.
Detloff. King, yes. Worrell.
Yes.
and Ms. Weaver.
Yes. Department reports, Coach Jack Dillman.
It's my understanding that February 1st was the last date to anyone to file as an independent candidate for our April 1st election. and not hearing of any, I think the candidates that are on ballot running opposed, when they get one vote, will be elected.
Thank you.
So I say that.
So our candidates stand as is what you're saying?
As far as I understand.
Okay, okay, good.
Two, one over.
The 1 2-year, right? Or no?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir. Attorney's reports, we actually do have Mr. Mike Sanchi in the building if he has anything. Nothing to say. Thank you, sir. Engineer reports, Mr. Neil Pigosh. I don't have anything as far as engineer reports. I did go and visit Mr. Pigosh, Friday evening. He is at the, Shirley Ryan is how you say it, right? Shirley Ryan Downtown Rehab Center. He did say that I could tell people that his stroke was unfortunately caused by a chiropractic injury. So he's very healthy. It had nothing to do with stress. It just, the day before he had an adjustment and it got the ball rolling. So he said he's on the mend. He appreciates the village and their kind words. I did put a little basket together of fidget things for him. So that's what I have on that. Ordinances and insurance, Miss Susie Weedle. Your report. Thank you, ma'am. Streets and Alley Committee, Mr. Frank Bassini. Thank you, sir. Finance Committee, Mr. Gary Morgan.
Since I'll not be here at the next meeting, Robin is going to take care of the motions for payables and salaries.
It's on record now. You gotta do it now, girl.
I thought I'd like seal it.
Yeah, so when who's doing it?
Uh-huh.
Anything else?
No, that's all I had.
Okay, and you will be out of the country, correct?
I'll be out of the country. Yes, you can't send the police to get me. I can't get over that. The village attorney or the village board president can send the police officer to get a trustee who hasn't showed up.
We have not,
Typically not invoked.
yeah, fortunately, I've not had to do that, so thank goodness.
The same statute refers to the police chief as the marshals. It's a little out of date.
So the
Okay.
next board might want to update that language. Maybe. Buildings and Grounds Committee, Miss Robin Bruni. Miss Bruni has nothing. I do have, I did pass out where did it go? Why didn't she make me a copy? It was for the sign we were discussing at the last meeting for Trey Boyker. For the golf, the young man who, came in second place state runner-up for state 2023, I believe it was. Or 2020.
23 and 20.
Okay, so 2023-2024 school year, the young man's, I got one, thank you. He did, as we discussed at the last meeting, the young man did come in second place. Mr. Dillman from the high school did reach out to me, let me know that. I've been fighting with IDOT for a year now, trying to get this signed. The board, as suggested by Mr. Betloff, was to maybe just go and get a sign ourselves, so I did get an estimate from Fast Signs. So that there's no voting going on tonight, I just wanted to get, an estimate. It looks like she said it would be along the same lines as an IDOT sign, it just wouldn't be officially from IDOT. So we can vote at the next meeting on that for this sign, but I just wanted to get it out for everyone since we did discuss it at the last meeting. Of course, we would not be able to put that sign up on any of IDOT's right of way. We would be able to put it on any private properties such as the school property or maybe property that the village owns, right by the police station. It just cannot go into the right of way of the IDOT, yeah, so. Also on buildings and grounds, listed under myself, we have been discussing for several meetings, possibly repainting the village hall and giving it a little update. It is on here to, decide if we want to move forward with that or not. It does not affect me either way personally. I know some people think it does. The point was just to give the park a nice little update and make it look a little more professional. So it's up, I guess, for a motion to see if we want to continue that or for the village hall, for the park. Well, this one is for the village.
Okay,
hall.
sorry.
If we want to continue going forward with the project to paint. To get a bid. Yeah, go ahead.
Were the repairs done from the water leakage and all that already, or should we wait till that's done?
That is supposed to be done, yes.
Oh, okay, I didn't sure.
Flanagan's has fixed their issue on that side. We have not had any leaking since they have stated their building was fixed.
Okay.
So the assumption is all the water damage is done. We could paint, replace the tiles if need be. If not, it's fine. It was just something to do to make the building look a little more professional. So we have a motion. Yes, sir.
Do we have an estimate, painting or the contractor?
I did not because I didn't want to continue unless you guys wanted to keep going with it. I can get the estimates and all that. I'm not gonna put work into it if we're not
Yes.
interested in
You
it.
could bring a quote to the village board
Mhm.
to see the cost.
Yeah, of course. And then I can do the same for the park building. I did have an estimate for our ceiling tiles here, which are in very bad disarray. I did not get to print that before today's meeting, so I will put that into the next one. The other issue under buildings and grounds is going to be I have been in contact with ServPro. They have done a couple different presentations at several different meetings about possibly getting this kitchen deep cleaned. The only issue is for them to come in and let us know what it would cost to get it cleaned. It's $150 for them to come in and do an estimate. Only because of how the kitchen is, it's considered a commercial kitchen because of the stove and the refrigerator and everything we have in there.
Does that go towards the balance?
The 150 would go towards, yes, if we do choose them, it would go towards the balance of the cleaning. I just didn't want to proceed with getting the estimate because it was gonna cost money, so. It was just suggested, just because I'm not sure the last time this kitchen has actually had a good cleaning like that. Probably ever.
I don't know, there may have been one, but I don't remember it.
I don't think anyone recalls, so it was just. Like I said, I get nothing out of it, I was just trying to help community in the building, so.
I think one of the ovens was kind of bad, although that might have been clean.
Oh gosh, so I will bring the estimate for the ceiling tiles to the next one. I guess if we want to get an estimate from ServPro, we would have to vote on it before because I don't want to spend the $150 to get it done and nobody else wants to get it done. If that makes sense. Okay, yes, sir.
Where would the money come from?
You can do it from buildings and
Buildings
grounds.
and grounds would be
Yeah,
the
there's
plan.
some money we haven't really used in buildings. That'd be a real good place for it.
Mhm.
I think you ought to go ahead with the, okay, and I'll second to do the estimate for the cleaning.
Okay, we have a motion to, get an estimate from ServPro for deep cleaning of the kitchen. Motion made by Ms. Bruni.
Yeah.
Second by Mr. Morgan.
Yes,
Datlow. Yes. Keith. Yes. Ms. Worrell.
Yes.
Ms. Wheel.
Oh, also for buildings and grounds, so. The day I did meet with ServPro, we did have lunch at Flanagan's during the middle of the day. Cause there's, not many places to eat, but there were also a couple other older, I don't wanna say older, there were some retired people in there. That weren't, sorry,
that's okay.
that were in there not necessarily to drink or eat, but because there's nothing really to do during the day. If you're retired, there's not much to do, so you're hanging out at, Flanagan's and whatnot. So I did butt my nose into their conversation. I said, ladies, do you live in Grant Park? And they said, yes. I said, what would you think? Because it's been brought to me before. What would you think about opening the park building? Obviously, as long as it's not rented, Monday through Thursday, 7 to 3. And you ladies could come and either walk in the building. A lot of people can't walk in the winter. I know my stepdad can't walk in the winter with his knee, but he loves to walk in the summer. And whatnot, and hang out and have somewhere else to play. And she said, would we be able to play cards? I said, you can do whatever you want in there as long as you're not destroying the building. So I thought I would bring it to the board and see if that would be something we could look into, possibly the months of like December to maybe February or March. having JD and Steve, when they come into town, open the building from whatever time, 7:30 to 3, so that community members can come in and just either take a walk or sit down and play some cards or have some coffee. Something for our retired or non-working residents to do during the day in the winter. So that's where I came up with that. I'm not sure if how we would, I guess we could vote on it. Someone did ask about, well, what if someone does something to the building? Well, this is a building for the residents. I don't see any residents wanting to come in and destroy a building that we have so much pride in. So if anyone else had any questions or thoughts or anything on it? Yeah.
I think it is a good idea, but it's an extra cost. I don't know how.
I think we're set at 58 right now. Ben, what's the temperature set at normally?
Usually when there's no one here, we leave it at 55,
55?
that turn it up to the 60s. for the jump.
So heat, yeah. So let's see what the cost of heat and probably electric. Um, so then also speaking of the park, we had our cabin fever reliever the other day, and I know the people that were there did see the nice couple that were out there doing the line dancing and whatnot. And I asked her, I said, "God, you guys are so good at that. Why don't you teach that somewhere? I know a lot of people would love that." So Miss, let me get her name so I can say it correctly. Her name is Sarah Wozni. So Sarah Wozni is going to have a class. It's going to start this Thursday at 6 p.m. at the park, which is not rented, and she is not going to pay a fee or anything for it. She wants to use it for an hour just to be able to let residents come and learn how to line dance. Be active. Do something on a Thursday night that isn't going to cost any money, but is also local and available for them to do, even if they don't want to line dance, they want to come out and watch other people make a fool of themselves trying to line dance. Something for residents to do during the winter or whatnot that isn't going to cost anything. So that was another thing that her and I are going to work on. The first class is going to be this Thursday at 6 p.m. here at the park. It is not rented out at this time. I believe we charge $25. They for second rented. 25.
I don't remember.
It's not very much, but if the board for some reason does have a problem, I know myself and my sister have volunteered to cover the minimal cost it would be to open the park for an hour to let residents do that, so. Okay. So the first one will be this Thursday. Any continuing ones would just be depending on her schedule and anyone that has availability and wants to come out. Law enforcement committee, Miss
Did you
Morgan
do Ben?
Ward. Sorry,
Did you do Ben? Let's see.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Community outreach, Mr. Ben Detloff.
I
I don't know if you see how it is on the paper, but it makes it seem like.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Law enforcement committee, Morgan Worrell.
I report for law enforcement, but I did attend cabin fever over the weekend and it was a really good time. The band was really great. I know there was a last minute cancellation, but I thought it was really great. It looked really nice too.
The decorations were phenomenal.
Mhm.
Yes, we had no issues. Everyone seemed to have a great time.
The food was good too. It's nice to have a lot of different options.
Yeah, the carrot and turnip salad was a hit. Myself, I also, I guess we're acknowledging Speezy and Taylor. They did make a very generous donation to the cabin fever reliever, event we did just have. I gave an update on the tray sign. I don't know if we would like to vote on that tonight, or if you would like me to get more estimates for that. I believe the estimate was. It is going to be an aluminum sign. It is going to measure 18 inches by, it looks like 24 inches, 18 by 24 inches, aluminum reflective sign. I think we would just have to discuss and vote on where we would want it at. So that is up for a vote. If there's a motion, if not, I can get rid of this. That's it.
I'll motion for it.
Thank you, ma'am.
What was the cost?
I'm sorry, the total cost for the sign is going to be $183.76. Obviously, no tax because we are tax exempt.
That's sign only, that's not hardware.
Yep, that's sign only, no hardware, no, they won't, they said they will come and mount it if we want them to, because that's what they do for a living, but I told them I think we got that covered. So we have a motion on the floor for the sign. Do we have a second? Thank you, ma'am. Yeah. Golf, maybe student golf sign?
Can we add something in too, that if it ever gets taken down for whatever reason, he has it, he can have it?
Oh, for sure. I would think the young man would. Yes,
We mounted under the village sign up there post.
that is in the IDOT right away. Anything we put or make on that sign has to be approved by IDOT. They approve it as it is with our little sliders. That's it. Yes. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, we could put it up until IDOT tells us to take it down. I mean, really, but I just wouldn't want,
Right.
So, go ahead, Scott, I'm sorry.
Okay, motion to approve purchase of Gulfport sign. The cost of $183.76. Motion made by Bill Curry.
Yes.
Second by Bill Pearl. Denhoff, yes. Morgan.
Yes.
Yes.
Smith.
Thank you, sir. Thank goodness Mr. Sanchez here, an update on the property. We still have the deed, right?
We received 1 out of 2 deeds. We received the deed for the back pin. We're waiting for the deed for the front pin. I'm expecting it any day. The reason for the delay is that's just how long it takes the county to process through things. So we've got 1 half of it. As soon as we get the other half, we'll be coming back to the board, looking at, estimates or bids to put that house in the same position.
Sounds good, thank you, sir. And that could take anywhere from a week to a couple months.
Well, I've been poking the county. They assure me that it's in the mail. As soon as the deed arrives, we'll be
It's in the
able
mail.
to talk about.
Yeah.
We'll be able to figure out what the most efficient way at the best price to get that in safe condition is, but we'll be working.
Thank you, sir. Last thing I have on here, it says podcast information. When I originally was, in my original term, I did do a podcast, with the Kankakee County, podcast. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. They are interested in doing an exit interview, which, is exciting. So they want to learn about all the projects that have been completed in my 4-year term. So I was just giving the village an update on that. After that, I have nothing. Does anyone have anything else not on the agenda that they'd like? No. All in favor to adjourn?
Aye.
All right, meeting adjourned.